Hello, good afternoon. I have Professor Peapot here with me today.
Howdy, folks.
Otherwise known as Zach. The you're like the professional person around everyone's chats.
I'm the dad joke instigator.
You are. You are. I forgot to ask, did you bring milk?
I forgot the milk again.
Again, I'm
I love the
buying
thumbnail, though. The thumbnail was great. That
Good.
was really good.
I'm glad you like that. I'm gonna buy you a cow for Christmas, and then you will never have to go out for milk again. And Carmen will be like, Dad's home. So if the Zach, I have it. The Zach. Yes,
The
Kim
Zach?
is
Just a
Kim.
Zach.
A Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim has been with me the longest, minus Carmen and my son and my daughter-in-law. But she has been one of my faithfuls the longest. So
OG.
yes.
Hi, Kim. Okay, I've
There's
seen her in chat, yeah.
yes, always has the cat Tracy Dane. Her and I both share a love of Dane, so we get along very well. In a while, says Zach.
Here I am. Finally made the exit to Greencastle.
By the way, I do not live in Greencastle.
Yeah, you
I've
can't find
solved
her
the.
there. So she wanted to ask privately, but it's not a secret. I went to see a girl's sister there, actually, a girl I was dating. And I went to a fireworks show on July 4th, 2000. So hadn't been in Greencastle in a very long time, 24 and a half years.
I would tell you nothing's probably really changed. You
Really?
could probably just go right back, and if you knew where you were, you could probably
I
just
did.
go right back to it, and everything would probably look the same. Flash fan says, "Hey AJ, hey old man Zach."
Old man. He's a young whippersnapper.
He is like super duper young. Carmen, wow, I haven't seen your face in 29 years.
While I was in Greencastle at the show, there was a 4-year-old girl on a bike just running over people and kissing girls and beating up boys. I don't know who it was, but
She says, "Who the hell would want to live in Greencastle?"
not me.
Not me. Hey Sue, I am praying that pool weather gets here super fast because I don't want you to be Sue no longer by the pool. I want you to be Sue by the pool. Flashman called us boomers.
We ate boomers?
We
Well, that's
ate
terrible.
boomers, y'all boomers. I have all of Toy's questions starred. Bri, I saw
No way.
you in there somewhere. If I didn't say hi to you, there you are. Hey, Zach, I pictured you with curly hair.
Oh, sorry to disappoint you. Very straight.
That's hilarious. Bri, it is good to see you. You've been working way too hard. He's a respiratory therapist, so he's very, very busy this time of year and doesn't get to come here that much. So if you guys have them, Toy put a ton of questions in before the stream started. I have them starred. However, I want all of you to bring your questions to Zach, all the things you've been waiting to ask him, in a nice way. So I will.
I'll try to look at chat and not get too distracted.
That's fine. I have. Let's
Shut
see.
up, Gabby.
Oh, sorry.
Let me say that.
My dogs have been.
My dog will inevitably do this when somebody walks by my office or makes noise outside. So
That's
they can
actually
communicate.
Carmen's dog that's barking.
Grand dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't have my granddaughter today, but my dogs have been in a mood with each other. And it's like, I want to put them all in timeout. All right. Toy wants to know, how are you today? So that starts it off easy.
I have a cough. That's why I'm drinking hot tea with my
Oh,
pinky out.
there you go.
So if I mute occasionally, I'm just coughing a little bit.
That's the best
Oh,
way.
Gabby with the important questions: boobs or butt?
Ooh, I didn't even see that.
I think arms and legs. I like slim, athletic arms and legs. How about that? See, I'm so innocent and nice and sweet. I just don't even get.
That's funny. Carmen, your dog is not perfect. It never does anything wrong.
Mine is really my grand dog because it's supposed to be my daughter's dog. I would never have an embarrassing little stuffed animal. It's a 9-pound Schnorky. And come here, buddy. Come here. He is cute though, but he only came in the house because she promised to always feed it, to always take it outside. She just wanted a dog kind of like Granny's who had a miniature schnauzer. And yeah, now it follows me everywhere because I'm the only one that would ever feed it. It would starve to death otherwise.
Yeah. You answer. Oh, Carmen said, maybe I'm not your kid. If that's your answer, it's boobs all the way.
Well, nothing wrong with pillows. Yeah, that's fine.
And Nicola, boobs or butt? Zach, limbs.
The answer of a serial killer. Oh. That does sound a lot creepier when you say limbs.
It does.
I prefer livers.
I like brag. Tea is most effective when the pinky is out.
Yes, of course.
Flash fan. What would your porn name be?
What would my what?
Porn.
You can't say that, Flash fan. You're supposed to be better than me. I thought you were studying for the ministry. I'm gonna tell your choir teacher you said that. I've never thought of that one.
I'd
have to think of a good one.
You're supposed to like take the street you grew up on, and I forget the second part of it.
I have a very impressive wood.
Okay.
Here, I'll show it to you. Just a second. I'll be right back.
Oh, goodness.
So.
There it is.
They're hard as a rock. I mean, it's amazing. This came in a load of gravel to a job site. I mean, I don't know if you can tell. It's like the expert wanted measurement. So I think it's like 14 inches by 10 inches across and 20-something pounds. Very, very substantial. But it came in a load of gravel, and my guys were just using it to like chalk a trailer tire. I was so excited. I really was so excited to see it because it's a big honking piece of petrified wood.
Zach, there's so many jokes there.
I don't. I'm very innocent. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either.
I like geology.
Which is interesting. All right. First pet name and the street you grew up on. That's what everybody is.
My first pet was named PD, which stood for puppy dog. And the street was Ranchero. So PD Ranchero. That's the sexiest name I think I've ever heard. Hi, I'm PD Ranchero.
Bryce says, you got wood for sure. And then Carmen, I knew she would be like fawning all over that. That's actually really cool. She loves stuff like that. She always went and looked for arrowheads when she lived up here because my father-in-law's, where he lived, the farm, the fields there, when the farmers would plow them, they'd bring up all the arrowheads. So she would be walking that for a long time. PD Rancher. Oh, that's you. Christine wants to know, how did you get into YouTube?
I'm not really into YouTube, which is why I don't buy. This is my vice, okay? I'm into YouTube too much as far as just comments. I try not to do streams too much because I'll get obsessed with it. So if I buy a setup and a mic, I'll do it too much. I'm kind of obsessive. And if I can't make a living at it, then it would not be good. It'd take away from my business too much.
It takes a ton of time. I don't care, like,
Yeah.
how simple you think you're gonna keep it, or it takes a ton of time. Half
Well,
Irish
yeah,
said
if I was gonna try to be serious, like, I'd have to research a subject, and there's a lot of background to that, which I probably wouldn't. I'd probably just get online and say stupid stuff like I usually do, but still, that can be addictive.
it's fun, though. I mean, I'm
It
glad that you
is, it
came on
is.
this stream, uh, but you, always crack me up in chat. I think Hey, big dog, thank you.
Hey,
I
Big
s
Dog was on Baker earlier.
I saw him, well,
Yeah,
I
that was
heard
cool.
him heard
Yeah.
him, he called in, and that was really cool.
I was really I worked really early, and then I ran and worked out, and I was just finishing that cooking eggs when I realized it was open. Otherwise, I'd have got on there and made fun of Baker a little bit, but
Okay, let's see. Toy, favorite Christmas memories, child, teen, adult, as a father.
see, her questions are so intense. I should go through some of the questions she's asked, everything from the size of the universe to I don't even know what. Um, yeah, I think she sees into my soul. I don't know if I like it. Favorite Christmas memory? I remember getting an inflate. This is, I mean, completely. I hadn't even thought of this in years. I got an inflatable canoe, like a little toy canoe thing, and it was snowing, which was kind of rare in Texas. And I made it basically into a sled. So then it didn't last. I poked a hole in it like in the first 30 seconds of that. But that was a lot of fun. Um, and then later on, I I I'm not a gift person. Like if you take the love languages test, I got a 0 in gifts. I'll give them because you're supposed to, but I don't give a hoot about getting them or I'm just not a gift person.
You sound like my husband.
So, yeah, just like if I want something bad enough, I'd go get it.
Oh my gosh, and you are the
But
hardest people to buy for.
not really because I'm just happy being around people. And people that want to give gifts, I know probably don't understand that, but I like making people laugh. So if I can be around people and make them laugh, that's great. But my sister is so the opposite of me. She's like, well, we both talk a bunch, but she talks, if you can imagine, way more than me. She's Miss Jabberjaws was her name growing up, and she's like just antsy and impatient. But at grandma's, we did not open gifts until everyone was finished at the table and we kind of cleaned up a little bit. I would make a point. She's sitting there like vibrating because we can't get in there and I would eat like 3 plates full and just chew slowly and just stare at her while I was,
That
and she's just going crazy. So
is not nice.
no, but it's fun. I was kind of the Grinch, I guess.
Does Zach have nicknames for
Nicknames.
everyone?
Kinda, yeah. That's half Irish is Hello Kitty Couch. She has
Hello.
kitties and she's on the couch when she's watching YouTube, and I combined Hello Kitty with her couch. And so, yeah, I guess I kind of do. Nicola is Scachita because she likes Spanish. I give her a Mexican word of the day, and she
Nice.
gives me a garlic word of the day, which is kind of like Gaelic, but I don't know if it was a typo or if she was being funny, but she said my garlic word of the day, which I'm not good at remembering though. But her Mexican word of the day is body wash. Body wash. Kamala was on TV, but nobody washed her, man.
Oh my gosh. All
And then
right.
I love telling terrible jokes and then just sitting there in the awkwardness, and people don't know if they should like give me a courtesy laugh. That's so great.
I'm Alex Jones, so if you ever see him refer to Alex Jones in chat,
Yes.
that is me.
Alex Jones and her atrazine. Another thing, excuse me, that when Carmen did the papa thing, that
Mhm.
freaked me out because my daughter does the exact same thing. No, she doesn't do it as high pitched, but she does the
Yeah.
papa,
Papa.
or she says father, dad, like when she wants stuff, of course. Another pair of
Yep.
Birkenstocks, and I'm like,
Yep. They
give me
are,
my sandals.
Carmen does the same thing. Famous person with the name Zach. Favorite famous person with the name Zach. Sorry.
Wasn't there a president? I don't know. Are
That's
there
a
any
hard
famous
one.
Zachs? Yeah, it's not a real common name.
Isn't that
Which
guy that's in The Hangover? The the one with the wolf pack, the beard.
Zac Efron was that?
No, there's
No,
it. Zac
Zach
Efron,
Whatever.
Galifianakis, or something like that.
Yeah,
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 that's the only
something like
two.
that.
That's the only two I
Yeah,
can think of.
Efron's better looking. I guess I'll choose him. I don't know.
I am not nervous with your presence. Oh, that's sorry, I read that wrong. I don't that I can't help if Carmen's nervous with your presence. Show
Yeah,
them.
Nicola's offended. She's a vegetarian. She's offended by my deer head mount, which I didn't even shoot that one. That's one of my kids' deer. It's a little one.
I had my kids do it.
Yeah. My trophy's the guitar instead.
uh,
I
how
was
many
trying to
dead?
zoom in, and I realized that's not zooming my camera. That's just making my screen bigger.
I can't tell you how to do that because I would do the same thing. How
No
many
idea.
dead things are hanging up in your house?
So the last time I moved, I haven't put any mounts up. I put my two biggest deer in storage, and rats got in and ate the nose off of one of them.
Oh my
So
God.
then I put like a red thing on it to make it Rudolph, but it's just not quite as good. So
There's Karen. Papa, sorry, I'm behind.
Papa. Yeah, I'm
Zachary
way behind. I haven't looked at chat very much.
Zachary Taylor was another one. Yes.
Yeah, was he a president or
Zach
founding
Taylor.
father? I don't know.
I don't know. Taryn will have to. Oh, Saved by the Bale. Bale didn't talk. I don't know where
Oh
that came
yeah,
from.
yeah, Zach.
Oh, was
Well,
that his
okay,
last
when I
name?
was, yeah, isn't his
I
name Zach? Or is it?
Yeah, his
That's not
name
his
is
real
Zach.
name.
I had no idea his last name was Taylor. If that's who they're talking about, or is
Oh, I
Zach
thought
Taylor
Zach
really a
Taylor was like,
president? I don't
yeah, or
know.
something. Who cares? When I was in, I think fifth or sixth or seventh grade, something like that. I don't know if anyone remembers the commercial. If you're really old, Zach, he's a Lego maniac.
But I think
Okay,
I'm older
well,
than you, so then maybe
I'm
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 too
48
old.
and a half.
I'm older than you.
Yeah,
That's
but
all.
most of the time I'm 27 though, like Baker.
Me too.
Yeah,
Hey, Regina, how you doing? Zach Brown
but I got
Band.
sung that song at school to the point. That's one of the only things that ever got to me in school. Like I could handle insults and picking on, but for some reason, after the thousandth time I heard that, I would kind of go berserk. And yeah,
That's understandable.
deep emotional scars that I'm just exposing now.
Do you see Legos and then like don't want to touch them?
I'm,
You're not.
I My kids have boxes and boxes of Legos that they don't do anymore. I was never a Lego person. I can't do anything small and like intricate. I don't know if it's ADD or whatever it is. I'm no, I'm not a detail person.
Bryce says, "I bet that deer was delicious."
Oh yeah,
Um, does Zach have doggo cam?
I'll get the puppy dog. Come here, buddy. Come here. Want to meet everybody? He was resting. He didn't want to come when I called him earlier.
Aw, there you are. Hi.
Say hi.
Hello. So
Yeah.
cute.
Jamie asked if he was a boy or girl the other day, so I did a gender reveal. Here we go. Definitely a boy. A very proud male. Now your channel's going to get banned. Sorry.
That's all right. I mean, it's not okay. I don't want that to happen, but whatever. Uh, favorite YouTube memory you've had in a chat?
I don't remember so many things. My memory is really weird. Like some things I will remember crystal clear. And I honestly earlier I put the stream on. I was like, oh, I missed AJ's stream on Baker because I put it on and I had missed the first 15 minutes of him doing the Jeff thing. I'm like, oh, I've never heard this. I must have missed the stream until like 15 minutes in, and I was just had it in my pocket listening, and I hear him reading off my chats. It's like, oh, I must have listened.
Yes, you
So
were there.
that's how I can be pretty ditzy sometimes.
Mm.
Favorite memory, I don't know. Just I like making people laugh. So if I can do that, mission accomplished. And
I
along the
I
way, some people get pissed off, but that's fun too.
I'm sorry that I did not realize that Zach Taylor was a president. He was the
I
12th
was right.
president. You were
Ta-da!
right. Everybody
We
was
like
laughing.
history.
Everybody's laughing at me.
I gotta,
Uh,
I've gotta read. I gotta
yeah,
figure out what they're
12th
saying.
president.
There's not been any good insults yet. Well, no, Nicholas was pretty good. She just called me the creepiest guy ever.
Yeah, Carmen.
What'd she say?
You
Where's Carmen? Oh, let's see. Uh, F1, marry one, unalive one. Well, Marilyn Monroe's already taken care of that for me, so that would be easy. Um, Dear God, I wouldn't want to be married to anybody from Hollywood. Yeah, maybe just kill them all. See, I'm a serial killer, I guess. I'm just letting it out. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. Unalive them
and serial unaliver.
in Minecraft as a complete joke, obviously. They're wonderful people. Salt of the earth.
What do you do for work if you want to say?
Contracting, outdoor contracting, basically. I don't do like inside stuff, but anything outside the walls, like having masonry guys that do patios and masonry work or landscaping, anything except swimming pools. I don't do swimming pools.
Oh, sorry, Sue. Hope you don't need a new pool because he's not doing that.
Sorry,
Uh,
Sue. She's already got one.
what kind of pup is that? You said a Schnorky?
Yes, Schnauzer, miniature Schnauzer Yorkie cross.
Nice.
Yeah. He looks pretty much Yorkie, except he's a little bit bigger than most of them. He can run quite a ways. 4 miles is his max. He gives out at 4 miles. I have to take him back.
Hello, King Paco. I was like, hi, everyone. Let's see. Why are you in legal chats? Do you like true crime?
Not really true crime, although I did a run of listening to like that chapter. Do you know who that chapter is? The Irish? I think he's Irish. He's got kind of an adorable little way of telling really gruesome stories. Um, and I did a few of those, but what got me into it was Rittenhouse. I didn't even know that trials were live streamed or anything like that, and I was so invested in that, being a Texan and wanting to keep our Second Amendment and all that. I knew that was kind of one of those cases that could really swing things nationally one way or the other, and which I don't think Rittenhouse is a hero like some people do. He's a 17-year-old kid. Like I would never let my kid go down there. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But once he was in that situation, he handled himself, I thought, very, very well. Once he was attacked, I thought he did a very good job. And I mean, like, it's multi angles cameras of the clearest case of self defense, I think, ever. And the fact that he was charged just infuriated me. And so I was
Yeah.
really into that trial. It was a very interesting trial, too. I don't know if there's been
And
a trial that interesting since then. And I never, also, it completely shifted my mind because and I know we talk about this, everybody knows this, but what you see on the media and what is portrayed is so different than once you get into court and the actual facts come out. It is so different, and it really opened my eyes to, because I try not to be a criminal, and so my idea was like, well, yeah, somebody's in court, obviously they're terrible, and you kind of trust in the law and
Mhm.
trust in prosecutors, and I'm sure that most of them probably do a pretty good job. I know cops. I'm friends with some of them that are great people. I've met some that aren't, but they're just humans. But it let me
Right.
see that they're not all just the good guys. It's kind of tribal, and even when it's so clear that somebody is innocent, it's like tribalism, and it's us against them, and we don't care anymore. We just have to have a win.
Yeah.
And so it was really, really fascinating. And I kind of go from one thing to the next anyways, but I've kind of stuck on the trials. For some reason, I'm really fascinated with the whole legal process. I was told I should have been a lawyer, and I never did do it.
I heard that myself growing up, that I should have been a lawyer because I like to argue so much.
Oh, me
And
too. My sister and I would argue. I had a friend that I would argue with. I've argued with him from Dallas to my house, which is 5 hours. We argued about the same subject. I mean, like, not yelling, but raised voices, being very emphatic. And we were never mad. It was just like, it was arguing about tone versus pitch in music. That's what we argued about the whole time. It was fun though. So and I could make either case, I was just like doing it for fun.
Right.
So.
Thank you, Bri, for gifting a membership. Regina Crawford, you got a gifted membership from Bri Bear. Thank you so much. Favorite famous crush.
Crash?
Crush. C-R.
Crush.
Sorry. It's probably my weird Indiana accent
Crash.
mixed with my Nebraska
Dale
accent.
Earnhardt? No.
Oh.
Make everybody mad.
Always too soon.
Too soon. I know. He was great. Crush. Ava Gardner. How about that? Way back in time. I like classy ladies. I don't like the harlotish type women. Believe it or not. I know I act wild and all that in the chat, but I'm actually chat is my outlet. So I act decent in my normal life, believe it or not. And then that's my outlet. Get all the stupid thoughts out of my head in chat.
I believe you. Favorite weedless bait?
A Carolina rigged worm. Any worm will do. I like pumpkin seed color, or a black one, or even did some cream colored ones this summer.
I'm trying to catch up here.
Gabby, shut up. I am not that nice. You too, Nicola. Stop ruining my bad reputation.
Yeah.
Lesko came in here?
Where?
Yeah, Lesko Brandon's here.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, I was coughing this week, and he was concerned. He actually wanted me to go to the doctor, which is very touching. Pretty gay, but very touching too.
Thanks, Nicola. I don't know why I have an accent, what my accent is. I've been a debate for a long time with people, and I don't know.
It just sounds like a enunciated Midwestern to me.
I was in California once, and the guy asked me if I was from the South, and I said Indiana, and he said, "That's not South." And I was like, "Don't tell them that, because they don't understand where I'm at in Indiana. I'm like in Central, but it's just a weird spot." And
you don't sound like you have an accent to me. You just sound normal. Maybe you talk a little bit slower than some Midwesterners, but otherwise it's not Southern.
Maybe. I don't know. Hey, Baker.
Baker's here? Oh, great. There it goes.
It sounds country. Well, I can, yeah.
Nicola has a really cool voice. That Scottish, I can't do it. I tried to go into it. There's no way I could do it. I don't have an accent, Nicola.
Ohio and Indiana have a very slight regional accent. We must.
Yeah. I have a friend from Cincinnati. He just sounds very normal to me.
Zach doesn't have an accent, just some brain injury. Wow.
Well, even what? That's true. Texan. Actually, so Texas is so big that there are very regional accents from one side to the other. So there's a West Texas kind of accent that's actually closer to Midwestern. And then all of East Texas sounds like the hick, like Arkansas, I don't know, Piney Woods, kind of like, "Hey, what are y'all doing?" It's like real exaggerated. And Central Texas, for some reason, doesn't seem to have as much.
Uh, Tracy Dane says role reversals between Baker and Zach because now you're up here. He's in chat.
Yeah, this is kind of different. I'm gonna
All
start
right.
speaking Danish.
Oh gosh, please don't make me do that again. I don't know.
I think that means Merry Christmas in Baker language.
Taryn, I don't know where you are. If you are in
She's
my
in
neck of the woods,
Louisiana.
Louisiana, I do think Flashman
Yeah.
sounds like he's from Louisiana. And I don't mean that because you sound like you're Hicks. I would sound like a Hick more than anybody. But I don't know why, but Flashman has a Louisiana accent.
He does sound more Southern than where he's from. He does have a great laugh too.
Oh, his laugh is the best.
I'd
It's
heard
like
him before from his channel when he did a couple little videos, but I'd never heard a laugh, so that was really great.
his laugh is great. It's like Jamie's. You can't help but laugh when you hear her because she has a great laugh. Hey Tosh, sorry. I always butcher names.
Can't say butcher on YouTube.
Sorry, I always wreck names. I hear an
Your
accent from
channel, I
both,
don't care.
but my steak is steak. Good grief. State is mythical, so we don't count. Arizona, yes.
Arizona,
Uh-oh.
yeah. His laugh is the best. Jamie now have beef.
Uh-oh.
It's what's for dinner.
Don't tell Jamie I said that. I love her laugh. I cannot help but laugh every time I hear Jamie laugh.
Yeah, it
It's
is great.
just it's awesome.
She used to laugh at my jokes, and then she got tired of them, like
Puddletown
every
is
woman.
here. Yay,
Whoa,
Puddletown.
what's up, bruh?
Bank account number and PIN.
Yeah, yeah. I do know those. I remember numbers. That's one thing I'll remember, like numbers I hadn't called in 20 years, and account numbers and such. So if I'm ever tortured, they'll get everything.
Let's see.
Can't say torture.
My usual. What's your childhood make believe name? You may not have had one because you're like, that's probably more of a little girl thing of having when you were playing like with your friends and if you're playing school or whatever, and you're like, okay, my name's, well, I would say Kelly because I read
Oh
Kelly, but um, you guys probably didn't maybe do that. Boys maybe didn't do that as much growing up.
no, I was too busy breaking bones and such. I was in the hospital. I was in the ER at least once a year from kindergarten to high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uh, what's your dream fish to catch?
A bunch of them. I'd like to catch a marlin, 1,000-pound marlin, a sailfish, a peacock bass, a piranha fish in Brazil. How much time do we have? Really big salmon. That'd be good for like 1 year. Then I'd figure out the next ones the next year.
Flash fan wants to know your favorite Baker moment.
Who's Baker? Don't tell Baker. He's not too bad of a guy. He's pretty good at what he does. But guys need somebody to keep them humble.
Oh, okay.
So he keeps me humble by reminding me that I ride the short bus, and I keep him humble by reminding me he's fat and ugly. So we're good for each other, I think.
Baker says you want to catch Moby Dick. So far, he hasn't catched Moby only.
Nice English there.
I read it as written. Sorry, Baker. My imaginary friends when I was little was the Power Rangers. So you probably maybe like the Power Rangers.
Yeah, we played like cowboys and Indians, or
Yeah.
cowboys and indigenous peoples, or whatever I'm supposed to say, but it was like with other kids, so I don't know.
Baker. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Chat is fun, Baker. Isn't it nice when you don't have any responsibility or anything? You just like chip in peanuts from the balcony and say whatever you want, leave when you want. That's why, see, I don't want the responsibility of streaming. Then you're stuck to it. People expect it.
Toy asked, the age you tasted alcohol and what was it?
Hmm. I was probably 14. It was Southern Comfort. Don't tell my parents.
I will not tell a soul.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of fuzzy memories.
What would be your
I
immediate
don't drink it all
reaction?
now.
Nothing.
Nothing. Not for a long time.
What would be your immediate reaction if you caught a mermaid?
Like on a fishing pole, I'd probably take the hook out of her mouth and give her mouth to mouth for sure. Gabby.
Gabby's already emailed your mom. Puddletown, how do you juggle all your chat women so they all still want you?
Nobody wants me.
Well, he doesn't come to see me because he's always out getting milk. So I'm just over here sitting on the porch waiting.
I just like making him laugh.
Zach is like Roger, no drink, just rock.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Well, Baker's into the sauce a little early too.
Hey, Jess. Good to see you.
The good mod. She's the good mod.
Good. Jess, the good mod. Let's see. What question do you wish people would ask you, but they never seem to ever ask?
Nobody asked my favorite brand of underwear.
All
Caribbean
right.
Joe. They're great. Very comfy. Sacks are pretty good too.
Oh, Swazier Roger.
Oh, Swazier.
Oh, Treehouse Trial.
Okay. Yeah, he was the guy that was bragging on
best.
himself. Oh no marijuana. I don't drink. Just some meth or whatever it was. What's rocks? Meth or crack?
I don't know. That was the best witness ever. Like he was so honest about everything.
And okay. One of my favorite YouTube moments is when I didn't even know Mo, and it was maybe the first time she was on Baker. When that woman in that trial walked in with that vest that looked like a cross between a tablecloth and a disaster. I don't know what it was. And she said, "What in the Canadian heroin swap meet is that?" I'm like, what did she just say? I love this woman. She's so funny. She's one of the most naturally funny. I'm envious of her humor, honestly.
She is hilarious. I love her. Yeah. I think when I saw her, I was like, be nice to everyone in the chat because it was bad. I'm like, who gave you that and why? Like you had to look in the mirror this morning before you left. You could not have turned around and been like, all right, you look good today, girl. There was not possible. Not possible.
My comment was, if one of those buttons pops, somebody in the gallery is going to be dead. It was under a lot of pressure.
Puddletown's favorite brand of underwear is none. So now we know. Flashman. All right, I'll ask. Favorite drug?
Favorite drug, without a doubt, oxycodone.
Oh my goodness.
I've never even done an illegal drug. I've honestly never done it. I've never been high on marijuana, but I had broken bones, bunch of surgeries. I had 3 surgeries in 3 years and then a follow-up back surgery 2 years after that. So by then I was on 210 milligrams a day of oxycodone and morphine, which is 7 of the 30 milligram pills. Yeah, I didn't even know though. They were giving them to me, but like the 10 milligram, what are the normal pain pills, like Lortabs or something? They really don't do much to me. So I was in a lot of pain. They kept escalating. So that was not sustainable. And as of last month, I haven't taken any for 5 years. So
good job.
Woohoo.
that is very dangerous territory to go down.
Yeah, the amount I was taking, there's a lot of people that don't make it out of that. So I'm
Yeah.
grateful to be alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. It's my heartwarming
Favorite
story. Let's go back to making fun of people.
favorite cricket.
Favorite cricket? Jamie's. Jamie's crickets are the best. Did you ever hear those? When she would have her window open and you could hear crickets, and I would do a dad joke and it'd be kind of quiet, and then you hear the cricket like make cricket noises. I'm like, this is beautiful. I finally got a cricket for my jokes.
So she has like the best
Oh yeah.
crickets.
Yeah. They're dead now because they froze because she locked them outside. But yeah.
I had a cricket in my house the other day, like this
You
week.
hear it and you can't find it?
No, I saw it. I'm like, what are you
No.
doing? I will leave you alone because you're not bothering me, and I'm not going to stick you outside because I can't. I'm not mean. You just
Oh, I could do that.
stay over there, and I'll stay over here, and we have not crossed paths again, so he's okay. Thank you, Nicola, for becoming a new member. Welcome to the jury pool. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Oh, she's doing a bunch of steps for her grandma for Alzheimer's, which is a really neat thing too.
Yeah,
I'll
that
advertise
is.
for her.
Where is that? I just saw it.
If anybody wants to give Alzheimer's people out a little help over there.
I just saw it. Maybe that's it. Alzheimer's sucks. That's what took my mom out.
Yeah.
So, and her brother. And
My
it
grandma had dementia, not full fledged Alzheimer's. Then she had an aneurysm. So, but yeah, before that, it was getting kind of bad.
yeah,
And
my
she was so independent, lived by herself for like 20 years, and so independent and so kind of cranky sometimes about us trying to help her.
my mom got that way too. Um a couple of times before it was just like we have to help. We have to. We have to be
Yeah.
here for you. But she would tell us like get out of my kitchen, and we everyone was over for Thanksgiving, and I think people were done eating and everything. She goes, "Okay, you can all go home now. Like, get out of my house." So you have funny moments like that, but most of it just sucks. Flashman wants to know
Terry,
if.
Terry, okay, go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry, I'm behind, so you're probably.
Yeah, Terry, yes, we are parents together. We have a little gay frog. Um,
I will come back to
no,
your
Terry.
question, Flashman.
No, Terry, we've never met.
We no, and Carmen is actually my daughter, but not Zach's daughter.
No.
But we just joke that
That's
they
so
are.
funny how things are. Like you just hit it off with people. Okay, like with Gabby, like within 3 interactions, I'm like, yes, I can just go. I can make fun of this girl, and she will not get offended, and she'll make
Nope.
fun of me back.
Yep.
And it's just funny how you can tell that just on text on a screen without meeting somebody. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Gabby's awesome. I met her through my channel, and I mean, we talk every day.
Yeah.
I made the comment the other day that if I get on the phone with Gabby or Carmen or Gabby and Carmen all together, it's a 6-hour conversation. I'm doing nothing that day except talk to those two. And you don't even realize you're on the phone that long. It's ridiculous because I'm like, I don't have time to talk on the phone all day, but you
That's
can't get off the phone. So
that's
it's
a
it's
lot of
fun.
feelings and a lot of frolicking right there.
Generally, it's just a lot of laughing and solving the world's problems. If you could change one
Yeah,
rule about
Carmen.
society, sorry.
Oh, Carmen said the first thing I ever said to Zach was Zach's my dad. I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, add one
Because you guys
more.
were talking about fishing. She freaking loves
Oh
to
yeah,
fish.
yeah.
So, yeah, you won her over just for that. Um, all right.
Oh no, Marissa's here. She's an adopted sister. Yeah, she's adopted. Parents didn't tell her, but I made sure and let her know.
All right. Flashman wants to know what rule you would change. If you could change one rule about society, what would it be and why?
One rule. I don't know about rules. I don't like rules. I'm kind of a maverick. I would. I'd tell everybody to read their Bible. How about that?
Okay.
Flash fan would be with me on that, I think.
He would be. Oh, Baker, did you know Jamie doesn't really have a dog? Puddletown. I'm just doing this because it's free. Well, thank you for being a member for 10 months, Gabby. I think you are the longest one on my channel so far. Most annoying instrument.
The Jew's harp. Oh, that's racist. I can't say that. No. What's that little boing boing thing,
Oh, like the rubber band thingy?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's not actually annoying. A kazoo, maybe?
Oh, yes.
Or a badly played guitar, even.
I'm going to go with your, I can take a badly played guitar.
Those recorders that they give kids in like 5th grade. There's a funny one of somebody playing the Titanic song very terribly as a fat man tries to get on a camel and knocks it over. You ever seen that viral clip?
I have not, and I think I'm okay because I don't want to hear the recorder.
Great. You have to.
Marissa, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. I can't see where you are. Welcome to the jury pool. Sweet or dill pickle?
Dill. Hate sweet pickles.
If you're Carmen's dad, that makes Puddletown Carmen's uncle?
I suppose so.
Bry. How'd the French get in there? K-Frock.
No, it's Alex Jones and atrazine.
Alex Jones. Let's see. How many children do you really have?
4. 3 boys and a girl.
Marissa says, I was found under a rock by my sister. She told me when I was 8.
Marissa's another one of those that we can just go at each other and not get offended.
I watch her in chat a lot. Thanks, Carmen, for being a member for 8 months. And Iris, there's a lot of you that I just sit and watch because you guys are all very funny and very quick.
Yeah. Iris is one of my very first LawTube friend, I guess, was Just Dawn. You know her and Libby? Maybe not. Okay. That was from Mercator's chat, and she's still in the experts and Shizzy and some of those other ones. But I just saw a little Texas flag, and like I was just listening to Trump. I'm like, oh, are you from Texas? And so started talking even before she was with Levy. She was really cool. And then Iris was probably one of the next that found out she's from Texas. So then it's like, oh, my Texas sisters, hey, Texas sis. So kind of cool.
Brandon, if you didn't have to be a power bottom all day, what would you do with your next
question. Here, I got a sound bite for him. Next question.
Oh my gosh.
Next question.
When are we going to jam?
Well, I've got a guitar right here. You want to pick yours up? And Puddletown's good. He's actually good. He records songs. I haven't recorded in years now.
Oh, yes, the mouth harp. That's what that thing is called. Thanks, Noel.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Danger floof?
Huh? I don't know what a Danger floof is.
I do not either.
It sounds like a loofah with like flesh-eating bacteria on it or something. So I don't like loofahs.
What is the worst thing you ever did? Don't lie and don't say, stand me up for jamming.
I'm not going to tell.
Okay. You don't have to.
I've done a lot of things. I'd have to think through it. I'd have to think of one that I would actually admit,
But isn't it, it's like, it's all relative because something that you did that you thought was horrible I may go like, that wasn't that bad. But
Yeah.
comparing it to something I did that I think is horrible.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, throwing water balloons at cars, and then we ran out of water balloons, and so we started mooning cars, and the second one was a cop, and he didn't think it was funny, and I'm the one that got caught.
Ooh, that's
So,
always the worst. Everyone runs and you don't get away.
yep.
Uh,
Well, he had his gun out and everything. This is Texas. He was serious.
um, favorite pizza topping?
Let's see. I don't eat much pizza. I guess pepperoni, sausage. I don't know, kind of boring. I like pineapple on it. As controversial as that is.
Um, danger floof is equals dangerous animal. So,
Oh, hippo,
ooh, those are dangerous.
mosquito.
Ew, don't. Why do those even
Statistically,
exist?
yeah, statistically, a mosquito is the most dangerous animal. They
But
spread the most disease.
I don't even know why they exist.
I'll
Have you
talk
ever been
more
to
about
jail?
it. Yes, I forgot to pay a ticket, and the cop. It was actually so I got pulled over for speeding, as is my custom, and I had been pulled over for speeding a year before at 2 in the morning, and I didn't even remember I got the ticket. And so, and all he could see is there's a warrant out for my arrest. He doesn't know if I'm dangerous or whatever. So, and I'm just chatting it up with the cop. I'm like, hey, how you doing? He said, hey, can you step out of the truck? I'm like, sure, yeah. And as soon as I step out, he grabbed my wrist and like handcuffed me. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm not a criminal. Really? And so by the time I got there, they figured out it was just a ticket. I paid it, but I was in jail right at dinner time. And it was pretty good. It was enchiladas.
Nice. Sometimes
Yeah.
they do. Like Carmen's talked about one of the jails that she worked at when she lived here, their chef was like a professional chef. And she would always tell me how good the food was that he made. And I said, you don't see that on TV. It looks horrible. And I don't ever want to be there, period. But I don't ever
I don't
want to
want
be
to be
there
there.
to eat their food.
Yeah,
Um,
it was a neighboring town, and they said that it was a professional chef that was known for having good food. So I lucked out.
Bryce says, where's that jail? Mayberry? I don't know if are you small town? Like I'm small town?
No, my town is about 20,000 people,
Well,
but
some
there's a
people
lot
would
of yeah, it's still a
consider that
small
small
town. Like
town.
because I'm close to San Antonio, which is our big. That's where we go to get stuff or have fun or whatever. But there's a lot of towns nearby that are 2,000, 5,000, whatever.
That's my small town. Um, 2000. I grew up spent half my life in a town of 5,000, and then moved to an even smaller town of 2,000. So yay. Fish, fried or baked? What kind?
I usually eat healthy, but I do like fried fish. I fry in olive oil, so I guess that's kind of healthy.
Let's see. Marissa says she has never been to jail, if you can believe it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
She's a white
What?
girl, of course.
Oh, wow.
Actually, in some of those cop videos, that's some of the worst. I mean, those entitled brats that think they own the world. Craziest food? I don't know. Some people think sushi is crazy. I don't think it is. That's my lunch.
I don't I like salmon, but I don't like fish that tastes like fish or fish that tastes like a pond.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's a lot of
of course.
sushi that I don't like because it's too fishy.
I think salmon's one of the fishier tastes, which that's actually salmon, but I think salmon's one of the stronger ones. I think tuna is really really good. That's like one of
Mm,
the mildest to me.
you're gonna make me throw up.
Tuna rare. Oh, yummy.
When I was pregnant with my son, I ate a tuna sandwich and then I got sick on it, and 30
Oh,
plus years later, I cannot eat it. I can now look at the can on the shelf I can have it, like, if, Carmen's cat, we were giving her some because she wasn't eating. I can do that now, but I used to be I just get nauseous talking and ugh, it's so gross. Let's see. Carmen, I tell people I've served 10 years in jail. It always scares them.
That's funny.
That's pretty good,
10
Carmen.
years. Wow.
That's
That's good.
crazy.
Our daughter's getting old.
She is. She's 29 and old until April. Let's see. I just missed one out. Missed one. Oh, favorite Thanksgiving food.
I like turkey. I mean, turkey's not something I want to eat all year, all the time, but a fried turkey, I fry them, and I think they're really good. I don't like them dry because it can be really dry if they just bake them and don't have them juicy. But I
Yes.
mean, Thanksgiving is just turkey time, which I usually have a ham or something too. Sweet potato cat. My mom does like a sweet potato casserole. That's amazing.
Tosh feels the same way about mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes, so
That's one of the best foods on earth.
I'd be sad if I felt that way.
Oh,
Yes, you did, Flash Fan. It's gross. I can't. uh, Tequila. And I will challenge Baker, even though I know he's not here, on no nights out starts with shots of tequila. That's not true. I can't tell you how I know that,
mm-hmm.
but that is not true. And but some nights end that way. So not for me anymore. But it just is like every time he says that, I'm like, nope, I know a person that's might be sitting right here that has started our night off that way. Let's see. Have you ever had to take a lie detector test?
No,
Favorite wine?
I don't drink, so I don't even
Oh
know the
yeah, you don't
difference
have
in
any
them.
alcohol. I don't. Yeah, I couldn't. See,
I
Jess,
have a
our
friend that's really into it, and he said you can get really good wine for 50 bucks a bottle, and he said like the best there is no more than a few hundred, like at the most $400 to $500 a bottle.
holy crap. I
Well, he's worth millions.
yeah.
But even he's like, he could afford the most expensive there is, and he's like, no, it's not worth it. But I don't know. I'm more of a coffee snob. I do like coffee. Grind my own beans.
Oh, I we do every day. I love it. We get organic
Yeah.
Guatemalan coffee because it's the only kind I can drink that does not upset my stomach. So
Yeah. What brand?
I have no
Is it
idea. We go to Fresh Time and get it, and then
okay?
we grind it at home.
I get it from, I don't know if it's Guatemala, it's somewhere down around Mexico. It's called Ruta Maya organic coffee, and it's not near as acidic as most of it is. And fresh ground is just so much better. Once you start doing that, and you go to somebody's house that offers you Folgers, you're like, ooh, no thanks.
No, thank you.
Thanks for no
And
thanks.
and I've got it myself down to just sugar. So no cream anymore, just sugar, and maybe I'll wean myself off of that as well. But it's a
I
process.
do sugar in the raw. I tell myself it's a little bit healthier, but otherwise I don't eat much sugar. Um, like I don't eat much desserts or anything or cookies. But I do that in the heavy cream, just a little bit of heavy cream. I like that.
I was doing the heavy cream because that also did not upset my stomach, but I thought, "Yeah, that's not gonna be good for me." Favorite movie?
Dumb and Dumber. How about that?
There you go.
I don't know. I don't really, honestly, just stuff that makes me laugh. And I don't have number ones on a lot of things. Like if you ask the best guitar player, I might could do a top 10, but I don't have like a number one favorite that's above all others. So I don't know. My brain doesn't really work like that.
You are you and Carmen are so much alike. She doesn't like sweets. I don't know who started their night off with tequila. Carmen, I know it wasn't you because you and liquor do not get along at all.
Sue. Look at Sue.
Which one?
She's calling me goody two shoes now. Mhm.
I do not get coffee beans that monkeys poop out. Do you, Zach?
No, never heard of such. Sounds
No,
delicious.
no, wow. Why do you think you are here, Carmen? Yep, maybe. What's the craziest thing you've either snuck in or out of somewhere?
Well, I mean, sneaking out of the house is like common. Okay, okay, there's an ag barn where they do ag shows and such, and just kind of out from the city a little ways, just a bunch of gravel around it, parking lot. So one night, I think I was about 16 or 17, a friend of mine and I were driving around looking for trouble. So we pull in there and we start circling around it and we're racing and we're just doing like the drifting and sliding because it's like dirt and it's just huge open area. And it was in the summer and it was dry and dusty. And we kind of stopped and looked. There's this cloud that's like, we have made a dust cloud that has drifted into town. Like it's covering the road, it's drifted into town. So we took off again. We were just thinking it's great. And then as I come around the corner to the front, I see a car pulling in with cop lights on.
Oh no.
And I was like, and I just kept going. And it's only the front entrances that are open. And so he chased me to the back, whereas Kobe stayed and then snuck out the front. And when I got to the back, I didn't want to get caught. So this is probably past the statute of limitations, I'm sure, because this is 30 years probably. But so I hit the fence in the back. I had a truck, big truck. Hit the fence. There's a ditch, and I jumped the fence. Jumped the ditch, landed on the road, and took off. And the cop didn't want to do that, so he stayed in the back.
He's like, nah.
So I snuck out. I did not get caught that time.
Good job. Do you read books? If so, what genre?
Well, Sue, I read the Bible, Sue. You're going to make fun of me for that?
No, Terry, no, Terry asked you that. Sue's just going to call you Mr. Goody Two Shoes now.
Yeah. I do like military. Not much fiction, but I do like military stuff. There's a couple authors that write good military fiction, like Jack Carr, Vince Flynn. But usually it's more just listening to it on Audible.
I like doing that too. I just recently kind of started doing that because it's really hard for me just to find time to sit down and read. My mind will go every direction of everything else I need to be doing, and I'll be like, man, I've read that page like 6 times because I can't focus on it. If I'm up doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I can listen and enjoy it better.
I've actually been trying to read again because I think there's something good about the actual reading. I mean, you get the information audio wise, but so Toy challenged me to read. I'd already started it a couple of times, the Gulag Archipelago that Jordan Peterson recommends about the Soviet Union. And it's really good. It's really well written, but it's pretty intense too. So I read a little at a time.
My son is a huge fan of him. Him and his wife went to, I think, Ohio to see him in person.
Well, you must find your father. Okay, Bucko, you got to find your father in the belly of the whale.
Favorite school moment and whatever year you want to go to.
Favorite school moment. Not favorite, but for some reason, I just thought of the first time I tried Copenhagen. My buddy dipped snuff. So here you go, Sue. Yeah. I was quite the rebel. I was so terrible. So I tried Copenhagen. And I'm like, it's not doing it. We're just sitting there. It's not doing anything. And then when I stood up, I got head rush and threw up. And, I'm like, oh, this is wonderful. I think I'll get addicted to it.
It's great. I think I want to do this every day.
I never did it again.
All right. Let me scan these toy questions. And then, because I know you guys all want to get back to Bakers and Brandy.
Madam Mediocre. That's my nickname for her.
For Brandy?
Madam Mediocre, yes.
Oh. Let's see.
I did that just to get when I first went in her chat. I was just in a mood. I'm like, I'm gonna get kicked out of here. So I said she was a mediocre streamer, and of course I got timed out immediately because she has her little fan club, and now they know me, and everybody's wonderful. But like Crispy Bacon and some of those, they're protective of her, and that's great. They're friends and all that. But I just wanted to get timed out, and I did. And then now they like me, I guess.
Hello, Celestial Force.
Hey, Celestial Force.
She said,
My
Zach,
Texas sister.
Texas bro. Sue says, oh no, you absolute bad boy. Please. Sue, I don't know how you sound like when you really talk, so don't take any offense to how I read that.
Please.
Police.
Oh, Tash. Yeah, Tash was in there. She's one of Brandy's. I called them a bunch of old wet hens all running around taking, and I got timed out again.
Oh my gosh. And I'm sorry if I've said your name wrong this whole time. Is it Tash? Is it? I said
Tash, yeah.
Tosh. I'll say Tash.
Oh, I don't
I'll
know.
believe you. I always feel bad.
I
So
always wondered also if it's Taryn or Taran. I guess Taryn probably makes more sense, huh?
yeah, I just figured maybe it was like Karen with a T, but
Yeah.
now you've got me thinking, and now I'll wonder. I didn't. Flashman. He has accused me of so many things. I did not yell at him earlier in this week when he was on my stream.
Flashman couldn't get timed out.
I did
He's too
not.
nice.
He keeps telling everybody I yelled at him. I did not. Wasn't even
Speaking of
close.
timing people out, yeah, Flash Fan was when we modded for McKinley. He's very protective of her, which she's like 4 foot nothing, and she's basically a Oompa Loompa, I think. And so you want to, I guess, kind of protect her. But anybody that started talking smack in her chat, he would be on them. So that's where I started telling him, easy on the trigger finger.
And I have
Easy
really
boy.
been really fortunate. I have not had that. And I'm not trying to jinx myself or invite it in. Everybody that has like from Baker's chat or Squid or anybody, they've all been super, super nice. I have not had anybody just come in and just, you get a comment now and then, like of things that are out of your control when court
Yeah.
audio is low. It's like, I can't hear the court. Well, neither can I.
Yeah.
If I
Just
could,
people.
go fix it, trust me, I would. But, then they're like, well, I can't. So bye. And it's like, bye. I don't, whatever.
Well, I'd prefer that people let you know who they are, and that way you can avoid them.
That's
But,
true.
I will time out like the bot type, like spamming the same thing 5 times in a row. I'll time somebody out like that. But I don't think I've ever timed somebody out just for saying something that sounded kind of rude or something. Just for
Yeah, I
me.
don't think we've really had to do anything. In the new year, do you plan to conquer that damn Nightbot?
Yeah, actually, I think Baker. Actually, I think I made a joke this morning that you might find Nightbot in a shallow grave because she hadn't been around. She became a female also. Somebody
Well,
made Nightbot female.
I didn't have a chance to type it. I was going to tell you, just make sure that shallow graves around Greencastle, nobody will find it. Yeah, me too. Tracy, it is a good group.
Yeah, that's good,
I,
folks.
yeah, it's awesome. Flash fan. I used to be a troll before I got saved. I don't, maybe Flash fan, but you're too young to have much of a life before where you are now. So, I'm
He's a
not going to
good
believe
dude.
it. He's an excellent person. Uh, all right. I think, unless you want to tell me how airplanes fly.
Oh, is that toy?
Yes.
There's 4 forces: lift, drag, speed, and time. I don't remember. It's a joke from I got her into some British comedy. It's a guy named John Fenimore that does comedy sketches, and he has a show called Cabin Pressure. And so I told her about it, and so we quote that back and forth. It's very niche. I mean, most people would not, unless you're British. Maybe Nicholas heard of it, but
um,
most people wouldn't have heard of it.
Favorite fishing pole, and does it have a name?
No, fishing poles I don't care as much about. As far as reels now, Shimano's usually bait cast Shimano's, but rods I don't care that much about. 7 footers, medium to light action. Was that
And
common?
no, that's Toy.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh.
I've got him starred because she was here way early, and then she asked, the ultimate what's the ultimate question?
Life, the universe, and everything. 42 is the answer.
I
Oh,
Sue.
she wants the ultimate question nobody knows still, but the answer is 42, but nobody knows the question.
Okay.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Douglas Adams. That's more British humor, so we're kind of we're
Let's see.
nerds.
Toy wants to know, what kind of boat do you want?
Do I want? I want all kinds of boats. Um, I'd like to have a really nice offshore rig, about a 35-foot contender with triple 300s.
Okay. I will take your word on all of that.
Yeah, that's concrete, but that'd be
Uh,
cool.
your favorite she wants to know your favorite place to fish.
The coast near Corpus Christi, Port Aransas, either the flats like the Bay Area, or I love going offshore too.
I I think that if I've seen it on Lone Star Law, that would be the only way I would know what you're talking about.
The area,
Yes. I
yeah.
Because they go all over the state, so I get to see a lot of Texas through that show. I love watching that
Okay,
show.
yeah.
Celestial Force says that is a fast boat.
The boats that are out there these days, they have quadruple 400s, like 4 motors on the back, all 400 horsepower each. It's crazy. The amount of money people spend on boats is crazy.
Thank you for the super chat, Unhung Hero. How far will the plane get us? At least to the scene of the crash. Bet we'll beat the ambulance there by minutes. Some Ron
Yeah,
White
Ron
humor.
White. That's a good
Cheers.
one. He's getting funnier. I used to
Thank
not
you.
think he's all that funny, but he's gotten funnier.
Carmen wants to know if you would go in a shark cage.
Oh yeah, yeah. I scuba dive. I've I've been 5 foot from a shark that was as big as me with no cage. We I had an offshore boat before. It's an old junky one, but I had an offshore boat, and I'd go off with my buddies and scuba. You hook up to one of those oil rigs, and then go down scuba dive, spearfish, and get snapper and whatever else you find down there. So I've been down there, like holding onto the rig, being still, and all of it. And there's fish just like so. When you go fishing out there, sometimes I used to think there's no fish here because you're not catching anything. They're just not biting. There's thousands of fish like swirling around you. If you get real still, they get closer and closer, and you shoot one, and all of a sudden they disappeared. Which I don't know how fish disappear in the ocean. And I look, and coming up from behind me, there's just swimming real slowly a shark, about 5 to 6 foot, and he stops close enough that I could touch him with my spear gun. And I had it out, and I thought, man, if you hit them in the right place, you incapacitate them, and they just go limp. But I'm like, if I don't get him in exactly the right place, then he can take my arm off. So we let each other live.
And that was nice of you. I was in Florida, off of, like, we were down at Fort Myers Beach, and I was out in the water, and quite a ways down, a group was out a little further than I was, and I heard her scream, and I saw a fin come up behind her, and I was like, "Oh my gosh." So but I didn't wanna scare the people that I was with because they
Yeah.
wouldn't even come in the water. So they're on the beach, and I just kinda slowly started going back towards the
Leave all them
shore.
out there.
Like, well, they were I just was I didn't they were there, they were fine, they were on the beach. I just didn't want to, like, take off and
Yeah.
then be ask me what was wrong. And then all of a sudden, all this fish came, like, a big group of them came flying by me
Yeah.
and went up to the shore. And I thought, "Okay, well, you're dead now because you didn't wanna panic your friends who are fine on the shore." But it was, It was not a shark. It was it wasn't a dolphin, but it was some kind of like that type of, I can't remember. I don't want to say like a pilot whale, but that's not right. But they had like the really round head. Um, and he
Hmm.
was so sweet. He just kept swimming around me. He would turn sideways. He just wanted to look at me. He was not going to hurt me or anything. And it was awesome. I tried to get video with my phone, but it could not focus between the waves and the reflection off the water and
Yeah.
trying to get that. But it was really cool. And
Oh,
so
that is. Yeah.
I went up to the shore, got back, was on there, was telling them what happened. And my friend, then we got a picture of her. She's just standing on the shoreline, and behind her you see its fin up in the back, so it does look like a shark is swimming behind her while we're just on the beach, even though it was not a shark.
That's
I
cool.
cannot remember what it was. It was cool, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I don't need any more ocean encounters,
Yeah.
that I can't see. But um, yeah, I didn't know what it was. So I'm glad you got to see the shark. Carmen said you're lucky a big ass grouper didn't get territorial.
Yeah. Once you're underwater and they can see you pretty well, it's usually not dangerous. Um, the I guess the scariest I've ever been is barracudas coming up to me because they're real curious and they'll come like right up to your face and they have like teeth that look like they're everywhere.
Because
And
they
I've seen
are.
them. Yeah, I've seen them. I've caught a kingfish before and been reeling it in and see them start congregating on it. And then one bit and cut it. It was a 3 foot kingfish. It cut it in half with one bite. And I'm like, whoa, that could be an arm right there.
That is scary.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, but they can see real well. So
No 12-foot tiger shark for me. I have never caught like a really big fish. We have a pond that's probably too full of fish right now. So there's probably not even any big fish in there, but there's used to be some really good bass and stuff in there. I had never caught one. My husband did. Carmen probably did. My son did. I would always catch the little bluegill or the crappie. That was
mhm,
that's all I would catch, but
those are good.
it's whatever. So, all right, I'm going to wrap this up because I told you I'd try to go about an hour, send you back over to Baker. I've already got it set to redirect over to Baker's channel. So I want to thank you though for coming on and letting us get to see you and talk to you. And they did really well with their questions. I did not get to ask half of Toys because everybody else was asking questions, which I'm perfectly fine with, and I know she will be as well.
Yeah,
And she's going to catch us on replay.
cool. Well, thanks for having me on. It was
So
fun.
I had a blast. Um, I don't know if I can talk him into doing it again, but I'll try.
We'll see.
He doesn't want to be a streamer, he said. So, all right, I'm a little hoarse.
You got
All
it
right.
from me. I made you
I,
sick.
no, yeah, maybe. I would make a joke about you dropping off the milk, but Carmen would be like, Mom, don't say that.
Somebody asked what milk was code for earlier. Just
It's
make
just
up stuff and confuse people.
it's just milk. Milk is milk. All right, we see you guys all later, and it's going to redirect you guys over to Baker. So go enjoy some brandy, uh, Churchwell, and I'll see you guys later.
Adios.